Hello friends, welcome to class of chemistry. I am Mangesh Yes Tihile. Today we are going to see the topic that is aromatic electrophilic substitution reaction on phenol. So before going to the reactions thoroughly, we'll see the tricks to remember the reactions. There are 8 reactions of phenol. So we are going to see one by one. So here you people can see the reaction of dilute nitric acid with phenol. It results into the formation of mononitrated product, that is orthonitrophenol and paranitrophenol. Then similarly, when you do the reaction of phenol with concentrated HNO3, it produces the trinitrophenol. You people keep in your mind that when you do the reaction of phenol with dilute HNO3, it produces mononitrated product, whereas if you do the reaction of a phenol with concentrated HNO3, it results into the formation of trinitrated product, that is 2,4,6 trinitrophenol, or commercially it is known as picric acid. Then in the orthonitrophenol and paranitrophenol, the major product, that is orthonitrophenol, due to intramolecular hydrogen bonding, whereas the paranitrophenol produce in a minor quantity. Then similarly, if we do the reaction of phenol with bromine in presence of carbon disulfide at 273 Kelvin, means at 0 degree Celsius, it results into the formation of orthobromophenol and parabromophenol. The major product, that is parabromophenol, because here at ortho position a steric hindrance occurs. Therefore, the repulsion occurs and hence the quantity of a product reduces. Here in major quantity at para position, because the steric hindrance do not repels to each other. Then next, if you do the reaction of a phenol with a bromine water, it results into the formation of tribromophenol. So as you saw here, when you do the reaction of HNO3, dilute HNO3 with phenol and concentrate HNO3 with phenol, it results a different type of products. Similarly, if you do the reaction of phenol with bromine in presence of carbon disulfide and bromine in presence of water, it results a different type of products. You people keep in your mind. Okay, so if we do the reaction of a phenol with a bromine in water, it results into the formation of 2,4,6 tribromophenol. Then next reaction, if we do the reaction of a phenol with a zinc dust or zinc powder, we'll get benzene as a product. What happens here? A zinc combines with this oxygen and form ZNO, and then hydrogen restores here and forms benzene. The next reaction, when phenol is on oxidation with sodium dichromate under acidic condition, it results into the formation of benzoquinone. Next reaction, that is Kolbe's reaction, and it is most important reaction. If we do the reaction of a phenol with NaOH, intermediate product will get, that is sodium phenoxide, which further reacts with carbon dioxide followed by hydrolysis. It results into the formation of salicylic acid, and the IUPAC name of salicylic acid is 2-hydroxybenzoic acid. So this product is commercially important in the field of pharmaceutical chemistry and medicinal chemistry. The next reaction, that is Reimer-Teimer reaction. Similarly, what happens when we do the reaction of a phenol with a chloroform and base, it results into the formation of product which further reacts with NaOH followed by hydrolysis, will get salicylaldehyde as a product. This product is also important in the field of pharmaceutical and medicinal chemistry. So let's see all the reactions one by one thoroughly. So here we're going to see the reactions of phenol with various compound. So among these reactions, first of all we are going to see the halogenation reaction, that is nothing but a bromination of phenol. So here if you do the reaction of a phenol with a halogen, then you will get two different products. That is, first product will get at ortho position and second product will get at para position. So under bromine in water and so here we'll get the product orthobrominated product and parabrominated product. Then if we do the reaction of phenol with bromine under carbon disulfide condition at 0 degrees Celsius, we'll get the orthobromophenol and parabromophenol. So the product of orthobromophenol is 20% and parabromophenol is 80%, because here there is sterical hindrance occurs in between the hydroxy group and bromine, therefore the stability is less, and here there is less interaction occurs in between the hydroxy and bromine, therefore stability is greater, and hence the percentage yield of parabromophenol is major. If we do the reaction phenol with bromine in water, get 2,4,6 tribromophenol. Now here it is the reaction. The reaction of phenol with 3 moles of bromine under water, then 2,4,6 tribromophenol will get, and the byproduct, that is 3HBr. You people write down this reaction in your notebook. Then after for the nitration of phenol. So when we do the nitration of phenol, what will happen? So replacement of hydrogen with OH forms water and resulting product forms ortho or para-nitrophenol. If we do the reaction of dilute HNO3 with phenol, we'll get ortho and para-nitrated phenol. So here it is a representation of reaction. You people can observe here the orthonitrophenol and paranitrophenol respectively. It is a reaction when phenol is react with dilute HNO3 at room temperature, we'll get orthonitrophenol as a major product and paranitrophenol as a minor product.